Pozdrav svima! Evo, danas nastavljamo dalje. Prošli put smo pričali o odnosima, na primjer, evo imali smo priču o odnosima među skupovima i napravili smo neke stvari bili vezano za to. Nadam se da ovo tu sve jasno i da možete se onda igrati sa time i da znate onda što je nadskup, podskup ili ti subset, superset i tako dalje. Danas idemo na još jednu priču vezano uz skupove, još ćemo se malo igrati sa njima, a danas ćemo raditi osnovne operacije na skupovima ili ti basic operations for constructing new sets. To bi bio nekakav današnji naslov, ja ću ga zapisati naravno i ovdje, so basic operation. For constructing new sets. So, let's talk about the operations. Now, in mathematics, we know about a couple of operations. We know about multiplication, subtraction, addition, and division. So these are four basic operations that we use. But these operations we use for numbers, and we use them in algebra. Now, in this year's case and today's case, we are talking about sets. And, I don't know if we can add them up, if we can multiply set one with another, divide them, or maybe subtract them. So instead of these four operations, we're going to have now three operations all together. Now, what I'm going to do, and hopefully I get it correct, is I'm going to try to divide this paper into the three columns. And why three columns? Because we are going to learn today three basic operators that we use, or operations, so to say, however we want to say it, for constructing new sets. So they are, basically, let's start with what their names are. So first one that we're going to do is union, or unions. So these are the first one. The second one that we are going to talk about are going to be intersections. And the last one are going to be complements. Na hrvatskome ovo je u biti priča o uniji, presjeku i komplementu. Sad, što se tiče našega vokabulara, ne bi trebalo biti toliko strašno, znači koristimo sličnu terminologiju, odnosno možemo reći da to je nekakva univerzalna terminologija. Now, what you need to know is how do we write each of them down. Now, before I go into them specifically, we can actually say how do we write them down. So union is going to be like a letter big U. This is the union for us. Intersection is going to be, let's say U upside down. And in complement is going to be this operator. So these are the operators that we use: union, intersection, and complement. Now, in the language, what do we and how do we say it? Basically, in the language, union is going to be or. Now, those of you that are programmers and that have done programming so far, you have probably already seen these words in programming. Or, the next one is going to be and. And the last one can be said as not or without. Okay, so there are a couple of options for the last one, but first two are or and and. Now, how do I talk about, let me give you an example from the world, just so you have an idea. So we are all part of European Union, okay? So we have people from Croatia, we have people from Germany, we have people from France, and so on. Spain, Italy, all of the countries of the European Union, and I'm either from Croatia or Germany or France and so on. Okay, and we are all together in all of this, but specific set of people would be Croatia as one set of people, the Germany as a second set of people, and so on and so on. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say here. I'm going to go into the examples themselves a little bit deeper soon. So in the second case, I'm looking at that I'm both Croatian and German. Now, you should know, well, you are young, so you probably don't know, but there are examples where people have double citizenship. So we have some people have Croatian and German citizenship, or we have a common case in Croatia with Bosnia and Herzegovina. This is also a situation where people have both Croatian and Bosnian citizenship. So in that case, I would look only in the European Union at the people who are Croatian and German. Now, in the first case, if you look at the result, I would have the whole union as a whole, all of the people together. In the second one, I would have specific kind of people. So the result would probably be something smaller, let's say. And the complement, I'm just going to look at the people from European Union that, so instead of looking at both Croatian and German, I'm just going to look at the people that are from Croatia and that are not also Germans, or that have Croatian citizenship but not German. So this is how you can say how we can talk about the complement. Okay, let's go into the math. This is now this was like a little example of what's going on in the general world. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to give you certain sets. First, I'm going to go through the sets with specific numbers for each of them. Then I'm going to go with the sets that are intervals. And these are the two big examples that I'm going to go through into today's lesson. So, what we can do here is, let's divide it into two parts. Okay? Now, I apologize, it's not straight, I know. But it's going to be enough. So, in the first scenario, so this is going to be the first scenario, we are going to also have the second scenario. So we are going to have two scenarios in all of this. So first scenario is going to be, I'm going to give you two sets that are with specific numbers. And all of these sets, I'm going to apply the same thing for them. So let's say that for the first one, I'm going to write, I have to write it here. I apologize, I didn't organize it in advance. So let's say A set is going to be -5, -1, 0, 2, 4, and 7. So these are numbers for A set, or members of the A set. Let's look at the B set. And for the B set, let's talk about, for example, -4, -1, 0, 1, 4, and 9. For example. Now, first thing that I want to do, I'm going to go through the union between these two. How do we write it down? A union B. Okay? And the thing you need to know about all of this, the result is going to be a new set. It can be the one that has all the members. It can be have some of the members, but it will always be a set. So you know. Now, let's go through this example. Let's go through it and see what's going to happen. So basically, the union is going to be numbers that are either in the A set or the B set. So basically, all the numbers from A and B set are going to be in the resulting set. European Union, if these were the countries or the members of the specific country, country A and country B of the European Union, the result would be that they are all together in a union, no matter where they are. So let's start with, I'm going to order them immediately. So the result should be, in this case, I'm going to have to write it down in the second row. You can continue on in the same row, doesn't matter. So what are going to be? So minus 5 is going to be the first one. Minus 4 is going to be the second one. Now, we come to the situation where we have two equal numbers in two of the sets. So minus 1 is in both of them, not just minus 1. It's going to be the same thing for the 0 and I believe 4, okay? It doesn't matter. You don't have to write them down 2 times then, okay? You can write them down just once and it will be enough so that we know that this would be a number that is in both of them, so it is also going to be in the resulting set. Okay, you don't have to write it multiple times. So next one is going to be minus 1. Then we have 0. After that is number 1 from the B set. Number 2 from the A set. 4 is in both of them, so just 1, 4, 7, and 9. So this is the result of the union in this case. Hopefully you can already have a feeling of what is going to be going on when we have a union. Okay, let's talk about the intersection in this case. So basically what this means that we are looking at the numbers that are both in A and B set. Let's write it down. So A intersected by B. So let's write down the resulting set. So we get a set again, okay? So in this here case, we have what repeats in both of them? Minus 1 is in both of them. So I can write him down. Okay, so this guy has citizenship in both of the countries, A and B, if you want to interpret it like that. After that, we have 0. 0 is also in both of them. And okay, I can say for minus 5, is it in both of them? No. Minus 1, is it in both of them? Yes. 0, yes. 2, no. So I don't have to write it down. 4, yes. And is there any other? I believe not. So the resulting set is numbers minus 1, 0, and 4. So these are the numbers that are both in A and B. And B. Okay. Now the third situation is the complement. So these are the numbers that are in one, but not, these are the members of the one set and without the members of the other set. Okay, so we can write it two ways. And this is now something different comparing to the first two situations with the unions and intersections. And that is that here it matters who are we not including in the resulting set. So I can write it down first as A without B, or A not B. You can write it down like that. So the resulting set is going to be, I have to write it down in this row. I'm going to have it, make it a little bit smaller. I apologize, but I have to write it down here. So what is going to be the result of all of this? So these are going to be all A members that are not in B. Let's start with minus 5. So minus 5 is not in B. Okay, minus 5. Minus 1 is in B, and that's why I'm going to I'm not going to include it into the resulting set. Okay, 0 is in both of them again, so it is in B. I don't write it down because it is in B. 2, 2 doesn't have its pair. 2 is only in a set. I can write down 2. 4 is in both of them again, so if I don't want to include the numbers of the second set, 4 is going to be left out. And the last number of the A set I'm going to talk about is number 7. 7 is not in the B set. Okay, I can write it down. Okay, let's look at the way. Let's look at it as B without A now and see what's going to happen now. So yeah, basically, now I'm looking at the B set, and all the numbers that are in B set and not in A set are going to be in the result or resulting set. What does this mean? So minus 4, do we have it in A set? No. Minus 4. Okay. Minus 1 is in A set, so I leave it without it. 0 is in A set, so I'm without it. 1, I don't have it in the A set. I'm going to write it down. Okay. 4 is in A set also, so yeah, not gonna work. And last member of the B set is 9. 9 is not part of the A set also, so I can write it down. Now, what you should watch out here, these two depending on who is without who or who do we leave out, we're going to have different resulting sets. While if I change the union, B union A union B, or B union A union B, A intersection B, sorry, it doesn't matter. While in the last case, it will matter a lot. Okay, now let's look at the second example I want to talk to you about, and this is going to be about the sets. Now, considering the sets, I'm going to give you intervals. A is going to be between -5 and 3. -5 included, 3 is going to be excluded, okay? And the B set is going to be from -1 to 4. Both excluded, just for the example. Okay, now let's go through the union. Let's go through the union A, union B. I'm going to write down actually what this is now. We could have written it also in the last one, but it's a lot of work. This one is going to be a little bit simple, so I can write it down. So basically this means that we have union between intervals -5 to 3 and -1 to 4. Okay, so we have this here situation. Now, how do we solve this? Please, guys, don't go just and write down solution by using your head. Write things down. Make them clear so you don't make an error. There is easy or high chance to make an error if you don't do things properly. So we need a number line. Now let me tell you a little secret. On the number line, for the purposes of the tasks like these, we don't have to actually order numbers in a way that we have 0, 1, 2, 3, and that we have equal distances. What I want here is that you can leave it without it. We can just point out the numbers that we need. Basically, the numbers that we need in this case are -5, 3, -1, and 4. Now, of course, we have to keep the order in check. So the lowest of them all is -5. So -5 has to be on the furthest part. So let me just go with the values themselves. So -5, the next one is -1. Let's put -1 here. Let's say 3 and 4. 3 and 4. So these are the values that we need in this task. Okay. So let me go through the first interval. Okay, so first interval is between -5 and 3. So -5 is included, I can apply the bracket. 3 is excluded, I can apply the bracket, and the set itself is all the numbers between these two. Okay, so this is the resulting interval. Now let's see that for the second guy. Let me use the yellow color in this case. Hopefully it will be visible. So let's go with -1 and 4. -1 is excluded. I can apply the bracket. 4 is included. Let's apply the bracket. And everything between these two numbers is going to be the interval. Now, the union between them. So I'm going to have this in all of these situations. I'm going to have this in all of these situations. I'm going to just interpret it differently. So basically, like in the first example, the result of the union between two sets are all the members together. In this here case, the resulting union between two intervals would be them all together. So the result is going to be, first of all, interval, which is a set. So we are in the same thing. We are not going anything. We are not going with that and anywhere else. We are staying in the type of the set. And now this interval is going to be between -5 and 4. Hopefully you understand. So the result of A union B is going to be the interval between -5 and 4. Now I haven't written down the brackets here. The brackets are, in this case, the same as the brackets we have in the picture or the sketch. So -5 is included, 4 is excluded. There you go. Let's go down with the intersection. So A intersection B. Now we're going to look at the situation that both of them, for both of the intervals, what they share, so to say, is going to be the resulting interval. Okay, I can write down the intervals themselves, so -5 and 3. Now intersection with -1 and 4. I'm going to go with the number line again, for the sake of it. Point out the numbers that I need. In this case, you can also try it for yourself to make a sketch. I'm going to keep the colors. I'm going to keep the colors like in the last one. And in this case, let's go, so we can write down, this is the for A interval, and this is going to be the B interval. Now there is one more thing that I'm doing in all of this. Look at how I'm marking things with different shadings, like different, the shading is not just the color. So if you, for example, on state exam, you're not allowed to use any colors, so you do use different shadings in that case to mark the interval that you have. Now, in our case, the result is going to be the thing that is in both of the, so the resulting are all the numbers that are in both of them, and A and B. So what does it mean for us? It means that the result is going to be this here set. Basically, what this means is that you have the situation where both of them, where you have both, where you have both one and the other color together. This is the simple idea. So the result of A intersected by B is going to be -1, 2, 3. So this is what we have in this case. Okay. So these are all both. So these are all numbers that are both in A set and the B set, or A interval and B interval. Okay, the last situation we have is again complements. So let's see what's going to happen with the complements. Like in the first example, in this here, you're going to see that we have a little differences probably. We're going to check it out. So A without B means that we have -5 to 3 without -1 to 4. Now, let's make a number line. Point out the specific numbers that we need in this case. I'm keeping the colors all the same. And now, basically, the resulting set A without B is green part without the yellow part. So wherever we have green, but without the yellow. Now, look at this here situation we have. I'm going to make the bracket here larger. This means that the yellow part doesn't include -1. This also means that the green part is going to have -1. So our result is going to be between -5, -1, and -1 is going to be included. Watch out. This is now something specific. So A without B in this case is going to be -5 to -1, -1 included. So if it was excluded as a member of the not part, then it is going to be in the part of the set that is going to be the result. Let's change things up a bit. So let's look at the B without A. And in this here case, we have a situation now. Okay, I can write this here down. So -5 to 3 and -1 to 4. Now I'm going to use the same sketch or same picture in this situation. Now, basically what this means, I'm looking at all the yellow numbers that are not green. Basically. So this leaves me with this here small part. Also, watch out. The green part doesn't have the 3 included. It's excluded, okay? Which means that our result, that the 3 itself, is in the yellow part, so it is going to be included. This also means that B without A is actually equal to 3 to 4, 3 included, 4 excluded. Now this is the talk about how I do these things. There is a last thing that I can do with this, and these are the specific diagrams. So if you interpret as A and B set as like a bubbles, so let's say this is the A set, and let's say the blue one is the green, the blue B set. You can apply it with more than 2 sets, of course. Now in the first situation, as the union, so if I have it as a union, this means, I'm going to write it down here, B and A. The result is everything together, all numbers that are in them. In the second situation, we have intersection between A and B. In that case, we only look at what they share. So this is the result. And in the last situation, A without B or B without A, I'm going to use the yellow color for the first one, the green color for the second one. I'm going to use the same sketch for A and B. Sorry, this is B, and let's go with A. So A without B means everything that is in A and not in the B. So this here part is the A without B or A not B, while B not A is going to be everything that is in B and not in A. So these are the diagrams. You can also use them to represent union, intersection, or complements. I usually keep with the number line itself because this is something that we're going to use in mathematics. Guys, learn the words that are combined with the operations. They're really helpful, specifically like for example with citizenships and things like that. You can apply it there and see what's logically working, and apply it in mathematics is going to work also there. Now there is one last thing and one specific situation in all of these, and that is what if A and B are sets that have nothing in common. Basically what you get is that A is this and B is this here set. They have nothing in common. They share nothing in this case. Union is simple. So this is A, this is B. The union is them both. So you just write down A union B. Now intersection in this case, this one is a pickle because the result is nothing. You don't have anything. And this is specific set in mathematics. This is set 0. We're also we're gonna have the name for it specifically a little bit later. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it also sometime in the future. But this is the zero set, or set without any members. Okay, without any members. It has nothing inside of it, and this is something new in mathematics. While if I wanted to go with A not B or B not A, it's simple. A without members of the B is the A set in this case, while B set without members of the A set is the B set itself. So this is something that can happen specifically. But this is what I wanted to talk to you about. Watch out on Lumen, because on Lumen I'm going to give you some tasks to go them through yourself, to try it out alone. You will need the first textbook, so first part of the year's textbook, so for first term's the textbook part 1. So get it. If you don't have it, ask in the group for someone to screenshot it for you. then send it. So watch out on Lumen. I will send you some tasks to try them yourself. You can always ask me if there is anything you didn't understand or want any further explanation. And stay safe, guys. Until next time or next week. See you.